Trying to eat on a budget while living in the Philippines? Here's one of the greatest ideas that I can possibly offer you. Chicken Tinola, it's one of my favorites. I first tried this back in the early 80s and have been in love with it ever since. Now the main key players here, of course, are the chicken, the papaya, and the pepper leaves. This is not a spicy dish, but it does have a little zing and a little ting to it. And I really like that. The ginger actually adds so much flavor, it's unimaginable. And it's easy to make. Now mine may not be exactly like how the Filipinos make it, but hey, what's this? This isn't part of the ingredients. Oh well, we'll go with it. So if you can see what I'm paying here for this, and I'm hoping to achieve 12 portions. Let's find out. So the first thing as I do is I cook the chicken down about halfway. And I like to boil the chicken down and the papaya separately. That just seems to work for me. Now it will take the papaya at least twice as long to soften up as it does to actually cook the cubed up chicken pieces. And when they're done, I'm just going to go ahead and combine them and bring them both to a boil. Okay, as we see here. Now as this is going on, I'm going to talk about something else briefly, and you can watch me add the rest of the ingredients. But there are a couple, 3 people or so out there that are very against this particular series and some other YouTubers that speak about living here in the Philippines on a smaller budget. Now, these Westerners, they came here and there's no way that they would absolutely try to live like a Filipino. And that's what it's all about, living like a Filipino. Now, they make the money to live a higher standard of life, and that's fine. That's their choice. There's nothing wrong with that. And they are entitled to their own opinions, even on my videos. I don't really care. But maybe there's some guys that want to come here and not own a car. Maybe some guys that want to come here and not have a family. All those things could apply. And yes, absolutely, you can live here comfortably on $600 a month. Be sure when you de-seed these chili peppers, don't use your bare hands. The first time I did it, my hands burned for over 12 hours. Lessons learned. But some of these guys have no clue of what they're talking about because they do their surveying from a couch, eating cake, and they're never going to attempt to live on $600 a month. Then imagine if you made a little bit more than $600 a month, or quite a bit more than $600 a month. The whole idea is this is about living like and becoming Filipino. And these Westerners absolutely want to drag their Western style life over here. And that's fine. If they can afford to do that and want to do that and choose to do that, I have no issues with that. Be sure that you really rinse these leaves out really good. Now these are the pepper leaves. You want to rinse them several times and before you add them to your soup stock here. So it's whatever these guys want to think, but in the end, it doesn't matter. This series is not for them and it's not for everybody. It is what it is. Now we're mixing everything here together. We're going to bring it to a slow boil and then we're going to let it simmer. And again, this is very healthy. It's very filling. And it'll absolutely help you stretch your food budget dollar. Now this is quite popular here in the Philippines also. And again, I don't make it exactly the way Filipinos make it. I'm sure everybody has their own little twist, their own little way of doing things, and that's fine. This is how I like mine. It works good for me. So if you want to move to the Philippines and live here on a budget, these are some of the things that you need to look into, and that is stretching your food dollar. Staying out of the fast food joints, staying out of the restaurants. You can go once in a while, but when you're making food like this, again, you're using the ingredients that you like, you're making it in bulk and mass, and you'll have homemade meals ready to go. Let's have a beer while we wait. So here we go, we have the finished product, and look how colorful that is. And again, this is just a fabulous dish. I love the sweetness that the papaya adds to the dish. I like the little bit of heat, which is not much, that the pepper leaves and the chili pepper brings. It's not overly hot because I'm not a spicy food eater. And rice, of course, is so cheap, it might as well be free. It's very inexpensive. And I recommend putting a dollop of rice on here. Yeah, we'll get to that later. Well, maybe not. Maybe we'll have some now. Chicken tinola. Just one of the best dishes you could ever possibly eat. And it really does and will appeal to a Western taste. All you have to do is try it. Again, if you don't know how to cook, plenty of Filipinos that have YouTube channels that can show you how to cook. And they'll show you how to cook on a budget as well. All right. Getting to the final stages here. I did achieve my 12 portions. That was my goal when I set out to make this. These will all be frozen. I've set aside 2 dishes, 2 bowls, I should say, for myself. One for this afternoon and probably one for this evening. And again, they're very filling. You throw some rice on this and you're full. You are absolutely full. There's no other seasonings to add after it's cooked. You don't have to add more salt. You won't have to add more pepper. I mean, you might if that's how you like it, but I don't see it because all these flavors come together and just really turn the Papayan chicken into just something wonderful. So for that kind of cost, you can absolutely budget your food dollar here. Thanks for watching. Great to see everyone. Peace out and walang katapad.